All you need is love, wings of love to make it fly. All the good that we do, the mitzvahs that we do, the Torah study that we're involved in. Wings are not the main component of a bird. They help it fly, but it will exist without the wings. The main component is the head, the body. The main component of the good that we do is the act of the mitzvah, whether it's studying of Torah that we actually study, whether we give charity, the act of giving, the act of putting on tefillin, and so on. And therefore, wings, the love and awe, which are the two wings that allow it to that motivation, that kavanah, that intent, that allow it to fly to the divine above, are merely wings. That it should fly above. In the act, the light of God is embracing me. Through the intent, it flies above. So it sounds like wings, which is love and awe, that we do amidst the motivation that we have, is very much secondary. But isn't it love and awe of God itself a mitzvah? So it should be primary. So this is important. The goal of love is not love itself. And therefore, all you need is love is a mistake. Because that would suggest that love is the end. And there is a form of love that's an end in itself, and it's called the love and delights. Delighting in God. Not delighting in God because what he gives you, because delighting in God for who he is, God. And delighting in that. Like delighting in your spouse, your child, or a good friend for who they are, not because of they do something for you. That's a very lofty level. Just as love is an end, which we will experience in the times of Mashiach. Right now, love today is laseisam, is to do, is to serve. It's about service. So a love that brings you to serve, fine, that's wonderful. That's the intent today. Not a love as an end in itself, unless you're righteous. Therefore, you're living in the times to come, in Mashiach times, Messianic times. You're living there, trying to bring us all there, the righteous. But for you and I, that will be an experience in the delight of God because he's God. Just to show you how difficult this is, trying to love someone that's close to you just for who they are, not what they do for you. See that there's maybe moments we have of it, but it's not so enduring because the love we have is in order to gain something. So today, love is there to bring us to serve. So I need to have love, a love of God. That way I'll serve him, because that's the main thing. And even those who have a thirst for God, they want to quench that thirst, to cleave. So as the prophet says, you have a thirst for God? Go to the water. Well, obviously, if you're thirsty, go to the water. Well, the water meaning the waters of Torah. Because if you want to cleave, you want to connect, You want to quench that thirst. The study of Torah, the mitzvah, is the way that you can do that. In other words, again, the love, the seeking, the yearning to connect to the divine is not about the experience thereof. It's about that quench, that love is to bring you to serve. Study Torah, do a mitzvah. And that will bring you the connection, the divine connection. So, love, even though it is one of the wings, and it itself is a mitzvah to love God. V'ahavta es Hashem Elokecha, and you shall love the Lord your God. You say in right? Again, the point of the mitzvah, the point of the love is to bring us to serve. And therefore Golda in Fiddler on the Roof telling her husband Tevye, when he asked, do you love me? He says, what do you mean? For 25 years I washed your clothes, I fed you. In other words, the love brought to service what she did for him. So likewise here, the love of God is to bring you to serve him.